Okay, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage, Machi! November 2004. I was 6 years old, my brother was 4 years old, and my sister was just being born. And my dad came into the living room to tell us that we're all going somewhere. And I asked him, where are we going? And he doesn't answer me, he just tells me, just get ready to go. So I'm confused, I'm just like following his orders to go, and he drops us off at our babysitter's house. And then the next thing I know, I'm waking up in my mother's arms as she's taking me to her car with my brother and my sister. And it's around 4 a.m., light is still out. And I didn't see my dad for the rest of that day. And then that day turned into a week, and then a week turned into a month. And I have not really known where my father was for the next 8 years of my life. And after that, I became the third parent in my house. My mom always went to work, so it was always me picking up my brother and my sister from school, helping them with their homework, cooking, cleaning, always giving up my free time to hang out with my friends to help with them. And every time I did this, my brother and my sister would ask me, where's dad? And I didn't have the answer to this because I had some idea that my dad was in the States, but I didn't know where he lived. I only know about maybe where he worked, but that was a bit off. Whenever I talked to my mother about it, she would tell me, and she would tell me things that weren't really good to say about a person, about a dad. And I understood where she was coming from. She was coming from a place of hurt that this man has left multiple times, leaving her by herself with 3 children. And and I understood that she was a hurt person, that this was a person that she loved, and that person had left her. But whenever I did something wrong or I didn't do anything that she wanted me to do, she always yelled, "You are just like him." And it really made me highly upset, and always kept my distance from her whenever it came down to she was angry about what he did that other people were telling her about. And it just kept on going, and just whatever I did, I was the evil child, and it made me feel like I was the one at fault. And then one day, fast forward to November 2012, it was Thanksgiving, and long story short, my mom got mad at me because I refused to wear a coat when my argument was that it was too cold to wear a jacket, but it was too hot. I mean, it was, too cold to wear regular clothes, but too hot to wear a full-on coat, so I wore a sweater. And while we were arguing and stuff, she yells, "You are just like your father." And I stopped everything, and I didn't even bother hearing her anymore. I just took my book bag, took my green Metro card, and I just started heading to the 2 train. And I didn't know what I was gonna do, but I felt like I needed to go to my dad's job. And the thing is, I don't really know where my dad's job was. It was always like switched to different buildings. So this was literally a game of chance where I don't know where he's going, where I don't know where I'm going, and I just go down to 149th Street, and I'm just remembering this old building I used to see when I was 6 years old when he was still around, and I'm just going to past McDonald's down to this big, shiny building, and I'm going in, and I'm looking for somebody to like, hey, I'm looking for Chima, and he's already there, like standing in the lobby, and he's looking at me like, what's going on? And I'm just like, before he even like says anything, I tell him, Mom is annoying me, I'm really upset, and I just want to stay with you for the weekend. And the thing is, that's not how it's supposed to go, because court and stuff, but he just said okay, and he's just being like really shalom and cool about it. And and I stayed at his house for the weekend. That weekend turned into a week. Week turned into a month, and I've been staying with my dad for 4 years, all my high school life. And it gave me a time to really understand who my dad was and know who he is. And there were some things that what my mom told me about came out to be true, but then there was other things that I got to see for myself, to see who my father was. And it brought me to see how much of a good person he is, and got me to see who is that other side of me. But there were always times where I did ask him, hey, what happened between you and Mom? And he never gave me a straight answer. He gave me the answer that I got when I was 6 years old, when I was figuring out what the heck was going on. And because of that, it really drew me away from him, because I wanted to know what the heck happened. Like, I'm no longer that 6-year-old. I'm 18. I've been an adult since I was 6 years old. Like, I just want to know what happened. And like, it gave me a lot of time to like really accept the fact that I have to accept the fact that my parents are getting back together. It took me a while for my 6-year-old self to finally be at peace with that. Now, I just have to figure out, will I get back together? Thank you.
Machi!